Artaxerxes I was a military elite in ancient times. When Artaxerxes passed away, his son Xerxes II succeeded him, but Xerxes II reigned for only 45 days before being killed by a man named Sogdianus. Sogdianus was Xerxes II's half-brother who eliminated his rival and, amid widespread discontent, unlawfully took the crown for himself, declaring himself the king of the Achaemenids. When Sogdianus became king, many of his close associates and courtiers were not pleased with him. Instead of improving the situation, he immediately killed one of the court servants who was one of the most loyal and closest individuals to his father. He believed that this person would support his brother after their father's death and might pose a threat to him in the future. These murders, including the killing of his brother and then the murder of a court member, created a significant rift between the military and the courtiers. At that time, the governor of the satrapy of Egypt was another brother of Sogdianus, a man named Ochos. Sogdianus had also become suspicious of him and summoned Ochos to come to Susa as soon as possible. Ochos had figured out Sogdianus' plan. He organized his military forces and set out toward the capital with the Egyptian troops. The goal was to ensure that if a conflict arose, he could protect himself. Although there was no need for a military campaign to suppress Sogdianus, the people were so angry with him that they rose up against Sogdianus alongside the military forces, and the king preferred to flee rather than face them. When Ochos arrived at the capital, at the request of his advisors, he donned the royal crown, and the situation improved somewhat. Then, through 1,000 tricks and deceptions, they managed to bring Sogdianus back to Iran. Sogdianus, who had committed many crimes, was condemned and subsequently executed. He ruled as king of Persia for only 7 months. After his reign, Ochos changed his name to Darius, becoming known in Iranian history as Darius II of the Achaemenids. Ochos had a wife named Persides, who was a very influential, powerful, and, of course, ruthless and cold-hearted woman. She played a significant role in the decision-making of Darius II. Many historians believe that this queen was another factor in the downfall of the Achaemenid Empire. Not long after the reign of Darius II began, internal and external rebellions started again. The Greeks were pleased with the turmoil within Iran, and thus they supported the agitators both directly and indirectly. Darius II managed to suppress all the internal rebellions, and all the rebels were captured. However, since Queen Persides had significant influence over her husband, she requested that all the rebels be executed. This indeed happened, and all these individuals were killed in prison. After a period of peace, a rebellion broke out in the satrapy of Lydia, or present-day Turkey. This uprising lasted for years. Darius II sent one of his commanders, Tissaphernes, to Lydia to calm the situation. The leader of the Lydia uprisings, the governor of Lydia, had declared Lydia independent from Achaemenid rule. This rebellion was suppressed by Tissaphernes, and Lydia was once again annexed into the Achaemenid Empire. The governor of Lydia was also killed at the instigation of Queen Persides. After these conflicts ended, the situation in Lydia was calm for a few years, but this peace did not last long. After some time, the associates and the son of the governor of Lydia decided to take revenge on the Achaemenids. The Greeks also aided the agitators in these internal disputes. Although the second uprising was ultimately suppressed by the Achaemenid forces, many lives were lost during the wars in Lydia. One of the worst uprisings occurred shortly afterward in Egypt. This rebellion quickly spread throughout the entire land of Egypt, and the Egyptians officially declared their independence from Achaemenid rule. The Egyptians were so emboldened by this movement that they expelled all Achaemenid forces from their territory and even intended to attack Phoenicia. When Darius II realized that the situation in Egypt was out of control, he sent the Iranian navy to the region with the aim of preventing Egypt from attacking Phoenicia. Otherwise, reclaiming Egypt would no longer be possible. Ultimately, Egypt completely separated from the Achaemenid Empire in 404 BC. Darius II implemented an extraordinary policy toward the Greeks. At that time, Greece was not a unified country, and there were many wars between the Athenians and Spartans. To keep Greece weak, Darius II supported the weaker side, as he wanted these wars to continue for a long time. The outcome for the Achaemenids was that the internal conflicts in Greece weakened the entire country, making it unable to pose a threat to the Achaemenid Empire. As we mentioned earlier, the uprisings in Lydia were suppressed by a man named Tissaphernes, who subsequently became the governor of Lydia. Tissaphernes was an unusual, intelligent, and politically savvy individual who often made very wise decisions. He had managed to establish a relationship with one of the prominent political figures in Greece, Alcibiades. Alcibiades had significant influence in Greek politics and was also a student of the great philosopher Socrates. During this time, Tissaphernes had grown very close to Sparta, and Sparta intended to use Tissaphernes' help to conquer all of Athens. Darius II implemented an extraordinary policy toward the Greeks. At that time, Greece was not a unified country, and there were many wars between the Athenians and Spartans. To keep Greece weak, Darius II supported the weaker side, as he wanted these wars to continue for a long time. The outcome for the Achaemenids was that the internal conflicts in Greece weakened the entire country, making it unable to pose a threat to the Achaemenid Empire. To keep the Spartans united with Iran, Tissaphernes provided them with daily rations, likely consisting of Achaemenid coins. Gradually, he decided to put pressure on Sparta and reduce their rations. He cut the Spartans' rations in half, which led to financial difficulties for the Spartan soldiers and eventually caused them to face hunger. After some time, Tissaphernes ordered that all rations for the Spartans be cut off, and the economic situation spiraled out of control. Seeing the situation, the Spartan forces clashed with their officials. They were extremely hungry and in need of money. The Spartan treasury had also run dry, and apart from Tissaphernes' empty promises, there were no other resources available. Tissaphernes, in order to keep this turmoil alive in Greek territory, told the Spartan officials that he was calculating the accounts and that the soldiers' rations would be paid soon, assuring them that there was nothing to worry about. This behavior led to the unrest in Greek territory spreading to the Spartan soldiers themselves, and this time, the exemplary unity among the Spartans had also dissipated.
Thank you for watching this video. If there's a specific topic you'd like us to talk about, please let us know in the comments. Your feedback means a lot to us.